What's everybody doing? This is Clifton Bradley from out of Chicago, and broadcast to talk about an upcoming show, TV. I do a television show in Chicago entitled The Underground Railroad. We come on every Saturday night at 10:30. But don't worry, you'll get the opportunity to see the show. And after we upload it to YouTube. And let me take these headphones off. And probably wondering, what is this picture about? This picture that you're looking at right now. This is Cook County Jail on 31st in California in Chicago. And the show that we're going to do, we will be talking about, what the show that we're going to do, we will be talking about jail. We'll be talking about inmates. We will be talking about people being imprisoned that were innocent, that did things wrong. We're going to do a show, again, at CAN Television. And my guest should be Mark Clements and Brother Will. Brother Mark Clements, for those that don't know, he's a community activist in Chicago. And he was in jail, wrongly accused for something that he did not do. And he will be able to explain it. And he advocates on the behalf of inmates wrongfully in the treatment in prison. And not only that will we be talking about. We'll be talking about crime. We will be talking about crime in Chicago. So you know what? I want everybody, that lives in Chicago or wants to know about prison reform to stay tuned. Probably about Saturday, I will upload this to YouTube. But we would talk about criminal justice. Is it fair in America? Is it fair? Is it fair that they had laws, stop and frisk, which is unconstitutional if they ever came up with something like that? Was they doing it discipline? Were they doing it basically in communities of color? That's a question. Don't know, because you know what? There seems to be different laws in different neighborhoods where I live at in Chicago. See, there's a north side and there is south side, east side, and west side of Chicago. And a lot of people in the community notice that when the pandemic broke out, there was more protection up north than it was on the south side of Chicago, where a certain group of people live. They even had police when there were people breaking in stores and destroying property. They had people in Congressman Bobby Rush's office. There were police in there relaxing and sleeping. And I'm not sure what the repercussions were for that. But I didn't, because I didn't really follow it like I should have. Maybe I'll follow up with that. But we will be talking about things like Sandra Bland. What happened to Sandra Bland? She got pulled over to the side, almost just doing nothing. She got taken to jail, and she died. And there's still questions You're talking about Ron Brown, George Floyd, who was choking, I don't know how many minutes, and he kept on uttering out, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. You're talking about that. And one big thing is, like, if you do not live in Chicago, you might not have heard of this minister. There was a big protest in Chicago about a minister named Father Flagger. Father Michael Flagger is a minister in Chicago that has been helping people for years. Even to the point where, you know what, they retaliated against him and killed his adopted son. And it's alleged, he's in Chicago, his parish, St. Sabinus, and you know what, it's at 78th, and I think that's Racine in Chicago. But there was a big protest, I think in Chicago today, about them accusing him of possibly doing something wrong to children, our Father Flagger. And you know what? That's just by DCFS. And you know what? That's kind of hard for me to believe that Father Flagger, who is a white minister, rabbi in Chicago that has been helping people of colors for years and marching, to do something like that and to do something against children. I just do not believe that is his character to do something like that. I don't believe it. I just don't. You know what? Now I'm going to say, no indictment on him. Most of us do things in the darkness that we would not want seen in the light. But I do not believe that Father Flagger of Saint Sabinus Church in Chicago on 75th and Racine, I do not believe that at that parish that he would ever do anything wrong to children. And why would you wait all these years? Was it 30 years or 20 years? And these grown men come out and talk about, you know what, I can't live with it. I can't take it anymore. You know what? But I think at some point, because there are people that march with Father Flagger, from Minister Farrakhan to Jesse Jackson, all type of stars have been. But you know what? Just pray for the man. I just pray for him. That's all I could really say. But again, we will be talking about prison. And you know what? There's a lot of things that go on, like the laws that they have. The laws, are they fair? Was it fair when they arrested somebody and sent somebody to jail for using crack, but they gave people that used cocaine a slap on the hand? Was that right? I don't think it was right. I happen to believe, me and others, that crack was dropped into certain disenfranchised communities to destabilize that community. You know, and I think it started in LA. That's where it started at. It was just a big epidemic. And you know what? Like criminal activity. You know, to all you brothers that's in Cook County Jail, all you brothers is a state bill, muddy water, and prisoners all over the United States of America. You do have somebody that's fighting for you. Yeah. That's Brother Mark Clements. Think the more and more I read and I understand about what's going on, I think I'm gonna join that fight too, to try to do what I can to help people behind prison walls. You know what? Because there's awful things that go on behind prison walls. You know, jail can be a brutal place. You know, I remember being in a situation. I went to Cook County. Did something wrong. Cook County Jail, and did something wrong. And you know what? The treatment by the guards, it was not good. It was not good. You know, I'm talking about, you know, like when you first line up and you go in, and you know what? Sometimes they beat you up. Sometimes they beat you up in prison. And you know what? What's so bad about it? It's bad anyway. You're subjected to things. But I do understand to a certain extent that the guards do have to have some type of control over what's going on inside of their prison. But they can be brutal at times. And you know what? By making a statement like that, I don't want somebody to think that I'm saying that all guards in every prison prison are all bad. All of them are not bad. All of them are not bad. It's like all police. You cannot make a statement and say that all police are bad. I think the thing that distinguishes you between you being good and bad is if you have a partner and you sit back and watch your partner do injustice and do evil to somebody. You know, that causes a problem when somebody does something like that. It causes a problem. Trying to see if my mic will come up, but you know what? Looks like my mic level is not coming up. And what I will do is I will go to OBS and see what I can do. You know, so that's more or less what I'm talking about. Like I said, I have a TV show that is coming on this Friday in Chicago, and that is the telephone number 1-312-738-1845. Will be on Friday, 2/26/2021, from 6 to 7 p.m. So we're going to talk about police. We're going to talk about the mayor of Chicago. And Mark Clements also, not only did he say that he wanted to talk about that, he also wanted to talk about Tom Dart, which is the sheriff, and talk about the Cook County jail system, and talk about how inmates in prison are being misused.